Just gonna put it. My coffee heating up. Probably have to give it another hit. So walk away and do something like this. I got to zap it again. There we go. Oh, I'm just gonna leave that there. See what happens. See if she comes out. Oh yeah, she's waiting. I'm gonna move away. She's not sure about me. See what happens. Yeah, I am watching TV, so I don't know if I unmute it. Hey, babies. Well, I can always edit things, can't we? And then I can edit out the sound in the future if we have a problem. Or I can just put in the section where she gets it. Or gets it if she gets it again. So we'll do that. Hey, babe. Yeah.
The question again, we talk about politics in sport. How do we feel about the Matildas in Perth playing against Iran? Yeah, look, Iran...
Yeah, better fun TV going because it gets you going, doesn't it? Yeah.
What was really lovely about the Iran story was that they've been going through their own fight in order to get there, particularly against their own federation and also against FIFA. A lot of the Iranian women wear hijabs, and one of their big fights has been actually trying
Baby's
to
out there too.
wearing them. So I think in this particular context, the Iranian women, they're fighting their own fights in their own ways.
Vibration
And I
on
think
that,
it's
maybe
maybe a
a
bit
little
premature to kind of project a lot of
chilly
the
out there
national
today.
issues onto that particular team when all they really want to do is just go out and play football, which is something they haven't been able to do for a long time. Okay, to the Men's Cricket World Cup now, and after some fresh results overnight, let's have a look at how the ladder stands at the moment, because Australia, after that horror start, after 13 games of 45 in this World Cup campaign, Australia was dead last, but then they've leapt up the ladder into fourth spot, and the top four teams qualify for the semi-finals in this very, very long World Cup campaign.
Alright,
we flip over the page,
video
let's
too,
have a
I've
look
got
at
to quickly
who the
record.
games to come. Australia
A
plays
message?
Netherlands Wednesday night.
Where it's coming from?
New Zealand.
Chababa!
Because England has to win all 5 of its remaining games.
When that happened? That's what I was doing.
We saw them in action on Friday night. They outclassed Pakistan thanks to a batting masterclass from both openers. First, David Warner, he smacked 163 off 124, and then Mitch Marsh, 121 off 108 on
And I like to do that and have copies, just in case people delete the message and say, I didn't send it. You know, you didn't send the end of it. It's always good. Safely so.
There's the opportunity to make a soft start and to redeem yourself, and that's certainly what Australia's done. Would have been a different game if Warner had been caught when he was 10. I think Shaheen Afridi looked like he was in the mood to kind of go through them, but the terribly culpable drop. And of course, Warner owns Kinnaswamy Stadium, and Marsh is very good when the pace is on. He's a very handy Urzak opener. The interesting question will be, how is Travis Herbert accommodated when he comes back and is potentially a rival for that opening berth? Because Marsh is a much, much better player at pace than Smith.
Marsh after a century.
Well, you can't drop him, but where do you bat him? Where's he best deployed?
Well, if he's scored a century, surely you keep him in that opening batting position.
What George Bailey saying? He'll walk straight back into his previous role.
Fascinating. Duenas was good, wasn't he? And
Duenas was good, and Zampa's made an absolutely vital comeback. He had 1 wicket from his first 21 overs in the tournament, and he's taken 8 in 15 since. Just in time because Maxwell took a bit of tap the other night. The problem for Australia at the moment is that they're still catching about 1 in 2. They're still putting down way too many catches. I mean, you can look at that both ways. If they do start taking catches, then they'll be a much more formidable team. But when you're catching worse than Pakistan, you know, you've got a bit of a problem. So, look, they haven't played their best cricket yet, Australia, and now they're back in the hunting, and I think they could go quite deep.
See, Simon, considering you're our Offsiders resident Englishman, you're devastated this morning because the English hearts were broken not once but twice by South Africa overnight. We'll get to the World Cup semi-final in a moment. But first of all, let's talk about the cricket because they were thrashed by South Africa in the cricket. Seems like they've taken the foot off the pedal in recent years. I'm sure Gideon will give his opinion of where England stands at the moment. But first of all, to you, Simon, the defending champs, got to win all 5 of their last games now after going down to South Africa.
Yeah, look, it doesn't look very likely, does it? But we won it 4 years ago. It's nice to share these things around and get the other team. Very English attitude, so. Once again, Empire. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a long time ago. But Gideon was telling me that they haven't played an awful lot of ODI cricket and they've sort of sat in their laurels a little bit since that World Cup. So maybe they're paying the price for that, Gideon. Yeah, look, they've got only 3 players younger than 32 in that 11 last night. They've tried to keep on wringing cricket out of an older team, and the quintessence of that older team is Ben Stokes, who looks like, the dead body of Earl Sid propped up on his horse to inspire his troops, and had negligible impact last night. They never really looked like it, I think, in this tournament. And I don't think they're going to be there at the end.
As to the women's, I sat down last night because the WBBL kicked off in sensational style on Thursday night. Meg Lanning was back. She was smiling, enjoying her cricket. It was a thriller against the Sydney Sixers, Elisa Gillies team. And the strikers got over the line just Golden Stars, rather. So I thought I'll sit down. I got a bowl of ice cream ready to watch Meg Lanning bat. And by the time I finished the bowl of ice cream, they were all out for 29. They did. It was absolutely extraordinary stuff. Lowest score ever. This was the Adelaide Strikers, who of course won the WBBL last year to the defending champ. All out for 29. Not one
playing the Spiders, that's fine.
Double figures.
Yeah, and there were some pretty soft
Don't
outs.
spells, are they?
Look at classic kind of chasing performance.
That was fun.
Everyone thinks that everyone else is going to pitch in. You just kind of go for broke, and no one seemed to be able to.
The perceptions of how people see things. Hey, about it.
It looked a bit club-like, actually. I've been involved in a few games like that.
But you can all have perceptions when you talk about the proof of
Very good to
what they say and what they do.
She had to pick out for one last
So
night.
sometimes it's just the way you see things. Hey, that is.
But back on Thursday night, first innings back for a long time after a mental health break. 55, she produced, but she was smiling.
Yeah, it's a great way to come back through the women's pitch, actually, because everyone is in a great mood. They are there to enjoy themselves. I think you get immediate affirmation from the fans. The teams are kind of mixed. It's great to catch up with your former teammates in different configurations, and a little bit like the women's A-League. It's a period of the year when there's not a lot of sport to compete with it, so you can actually get a bit of attention. Good bang for your buck.
In the moment. Plenty of attention as well because they couldn't quite close out that Constellation Cup series, going down 56 to 53 against the Silver Ferns in Invercargill. So it's 2-1. The Aussies, of course, won the first 2 games at home. Game 4, the decider is tomorrow afternoon. The Silver Ferns need to win by 16 or more goals. Now that was the news on the court. The news
She doesn't come
on the
out,
court this
you
week
know,
was
so
the
it's not.
Australian cricketers have banded together to support
I'll go check out the bug.
and the Players Association
See what's
announcing
happening.
they would donate $200,000 to the netballers. Now this was an issue that was first raised publicly by the Australian women's cricket captain, Alicia Healy, on this program last week.
I was there the other night. I was watching the game. I was a family game. Just sitting there. I'm watching 10,000 people there. Sponsors everywhere. The product amazing. The line to the merchandise.
You know she's waiting.
Netball's got
You
to
reckon,
have
Ben?
money, so there's got to be money coming in. It's not. I refuse to believe.
Because he
it's not
retaliated,
at
because
the
snakes,
moment, just the way that I
sometimes
look
they
at it,
bite,
it's kind of just as a female
mouse or
athlete
something
watching
like that, and
netball go through
then
that,
they
it's
wait
very sad.
for it to, be more
Because
safe
it
to
has
go
been
back.
talk for a while behind the scenes about a female
I've seen a few spiders get things, flies or stuff like that, but not that type of bug. So that might be their thing, you know.
the confidence to speak publicly. What have you made of it? Because it's unprecedented. It is. What a fabulous show of solidarity between folks. You know, this is the one thing I love about women's sport, among many things, is that there really is no territorialism. Everyone recognises that
Yeah,
we're
people
in the same fight and that
act
right
like
in
spiders in a way. Attitudes.
and this is the first
You look at
example
people's
of
attitudes, you can see it in nature.
quite significant. I don't know that this is kind of thing has ever happened before. I'd be really curious to see the ripple effect of this and whether other codes are inspired to help and lift each other up.
And we're not in nature.
Well, in
Look, this
2017
with
it was pretty
science,
fundamental
but
to
with
the
attitudes and the way we are and why the way we are.
The women stayed solid with the men.
It's all like
There were
part of one.
but
You look into it.
but Meg Lanning and
Mystery there, it is today.
and
Things that get you thinking. Things that make you go,
It would be better for the women if they stayed solid with the men. And I think you're seeing a similar kind of attitude of solidarity towards athletes in another sport. There is a general agreement now, I think, that players do deserve a portion of the money that the sport generates.
But you know why the spiders acting like that?
Revenue.
We all want to live.
Players prefer
Spiders acting the way it's acting,
transparent, more difficult to
being cautious,
the
and the bug acted the way it wants to act.
inelastic and
It's trying to save its life.
worse saying that even in cricket, you don't get paid out of the gross, you get paid out of something called Australian cricket revenue, which has some costs in it and some costs out of it. The difference, of course, between cricket and netball is that the women's cricketers are attached to a very, very lucrative men's sport, and in netball they are not.
Some people might say, I'm favouring one over the other. Say I'm God right now. I still have a good day coffee. So I'd have something. Say I was God. And I get to make the choice right now. What choice should you make? Right. When it comes to the spider and the bug down there. Should I step in? Knowing the spider, don't know the bugs, but knowing the spiders, and knowing that she needs to eat, and she doesn't eat very often, and she don't eat, she'll die. And the bug could be old, I don't know. Maybe it's not, it's definitely had a life, because it's not a baby. And it's wandered off, it's failed, it's still what it seems. It's not so much failed, but it's certainly wandered off into a new area. That maybe it needs to learn over time, and all the bugs doing this, because we all learn, isn't it? How can we learn without making mistakes? And when we make big mistakes, how do we learn collectively? Right? And over time, a bug, if there's enough around, might see that or escape or something like that and communicate to the other bug. Over time, sometimes that can take 1,000 years, 100,000 years. Sometimes it might just happen tomorrow, like with monkeys, where they watch and learn. Depends on when they watch, it depends on when their attitude is and how smart they were willing to learn at that time, and so they did. Things to think about, isn't it? You can only make your best decision. I go with yin and yang. I don't favour either one. I try to look at the best of my knowledge that I know and go with that, and try not to butt into everything, and just do the best I can as I am, and live in my life as well. And I eat certain things, just like the bug eats a plant, it kills things too, and does what it does. We all have a chain, don't we, in our balance. We're just meant to try to do our best where we fit, and try to think of others a little bit and why we're doing it. And I'm sure animals, as we've studied it, they're nothing like us. They don't do it for money. And most problem. 99% when it comes to the end. Don't do it for sport either. It's a rare thing. The ones that start doing it for sport need to learn, don't they? Rather wipe themselves out, they can do it themselves. And some species just do that. Or they learn.
108 times, I should say, for England. Scored 49 goals.
Or they wipe other species out, doing the wrong thing like we do.
Was a legend not just of English football.
Does that mean we should be wiped out?
As well.
Or does that just mean we just need to learn, and the quicker we learn, the better?
Yeah, he will be missed by football all around the world.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you to you both. That is the program for today. Those who follow
Because as we say as parents to younger kids, is that who knows better should do better. So we should eat our own words a bit there, shouldn't we? As a species. As we know better, don't we? And when we know better, you should do definitely better. There's a better way of looking. Yeah, I see that. Right, when we know better, we should do better. As collectively, to the world, we've been hypocrites on that. If you go, yeah, that's right. And the whole world can pretty much say that, right? I bet you they would, but if you just quit, and you're being hypocrites. Being hypocrites. You need to stop. Because we find things too hard. Not enough profit. Not fun enough. Doesn't make you happy enough. There's some things in life not always meant to make you happy. I'm not always happy when I've got to get out of my way to go help something sometimes. Like, every now and then, no? And then when that happens, you got to know you're doing it because it's the right thing, not only because you want to do it. No? Don't just always do things because you want to do it. And listen to people say that. It's a balance between want to do it and needing to do things, isn't it? And how much of it? But people get there when they want to, by learning education. When you want to upgrade, you educate yourself. That's your upgrade. If you're happy where you are, with the education you got, you're happy with the job and what you do, that's fine. Do that. But if you're not happy, as soon as you're not happy and you're wondering what's going on, all you can do is meditate and find where you need to go next with information, what you need to learn. Learn something. And you'll fail a lot more likely, and it'll take time. And life is like that. And sometimes you get lucky and it can happen straight away. It all depends. Life is like that. You even have people try blocking you and stuff. Life is like that. Try to take your ideas, try to be you. All these things that we have to fight. As we're a smart creature, we have to deal with all these things that our species create. Otherwise, you become the smaller man, the used man, the man that doesn't get anywhere, or the person just. When you get lost, feeling like a slave can be lost, I reckon. No one should feel like a slave.
Industry that will see a similar set of events occur when it comes to wine as well.
And not even animals. That's what I'm starting to learn when it comes to animals the last few years, and really been thinking hard on myself. About freedom, about how would you like to be treated. And if you're in such a position, and have to be in such a position, what would you rather go through? Birds don't need to be, you don't like to be kept in a little cage. Imagine being a creature that can fly around and loves lots of space, yet another creature says it's okay, they can be in this such space.
We welcome the decision that has been taken This is part of our efforts to stabilise the relationship between Australia
Maybe we
and
should
China.
have more rules
And
when
the
it
Prime
comes to
Minister's
pets,
visit should be seen in the same light.
but we don't because
Treasurer Jim
of
Chalmers
money
speaking there, and that
circumstances. I
message around the
understand
fact
that
that these
people want.
tariffs should never been put
But
online in the
just
first
put
place
yourself
was
in
very
their
much
shoes.
echoed by the Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister Simon Birmingham.
It welcomes that these tariffs should never have been put in place in the first place. It was an attempted economic coercion.
And it's always baby steps. And I'm not saying to go all the way straight away.
No doubt.
We won't able to do that as a
China
species.
showed
We won't.
received the draft
Everything
report
takes
of the World
time and
Trade
steps.
Organization into
All it
Australia
is what first step can we do?
only in the last week.
Can you make that cage twice as bigger?
Would have found that these
That's a
tariffs
step.
were an act
Can you
against
make?
the rules
Hey,
of
maybe you
WTO.
don't. It is too small. Maybe you should have a bigger cage. Maybe you should change this. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should say to people before they get a bird, maybe they should think about this. Maybe they might want to
Now, the Prime
try
Minister
this.
will be travelling to China between the 4th
How
and
far do
7th
they
of
want to go
November.
when
He will
people
visit
go to
both
get a pet?
Beijing and Shanghai.
What are they willing to do?
Of course, the President and the Premier as well.
Instead of
And we'll
just
hear from
giving
the Prime
pets?
Minister shortly.
It's
Here
a start,
in
a
Canberra
baby step.
before he heads off overseas to the US.
And he's our political reporter.
And over time, 20 years and stuff, and all these little baby steps, like that, maybe even shorter. All depends on how much people are willing to get into, because that's another thing. All of a sudden, you'll get there. Once you hit that baby step, and you go, well, maybe someone else might come up with an idea how to make that a little bit better once people got used to the first one. Try everything for a year or two. Then next baby step. Because I'm sure when it comes to a lot of changes, and it is, a lot of people, it's hard for changes, isn't it? We disagree.
The United Nations has described the aid
And it takes time. You've got to go think about it. That's what it is. We all need to do it. We all get the information at different
tomorrow
times.
to bring relief to residents struggling to survive in the besieged territory.
2 weeks into this war, signs
Now,
of limited
that video
progress.
will probably stop,
Aid began to
because I
enter
can't
Gaza through the border
hold
with
so
Egypt.
much video time anymore,
Some 20
like the old one.
truckloads in total, not
Using a
nearly
different
enough
medium.
according to aid agencies,
So I
bringing
might cut
in
out.
basic supplies, food, water and medicine. There have been an unprecedented number of Israeli airstrikes against Hamas targets in Gaza. Many victims of the bombing are children, and the humanitarian crisis is worsening. Tahir and her 6 children are some of the many sheltering in crowded public buildings.
There isn't even 1% of a healthy and safe life for a child. There is no safety. If we don't die from war, we will die from epidemics and diseases.
At an emergency summit on the crisis in Cairo, the Foreign Secretary criticized Hamas's murderous actions and reminded Israel that it's possible.
Respect international law and the importance of preserving civilian lives in Gaza.
There's a reason why many Israelis support what their government is now planning. Huge invasion of Gaza to crush Hamas. 2 weeks ago, Almog was a peace-loving 20-something having the time of her life at a music festival in the Israeli desert. Squads of Hamas gunmen stormed the festival, shooting indiscriminately. Almog fled for her life, finding cover under some desert scrub, where she would hide motionless for 8 hours.
I didn't have they were going to take us when I was there. Every time I hear or see the direction, they shoot and they shoot for killing.
Today was the first time Almog has ventured out in 2 weeks. The nerves in her leg damaged by her ordeal. Someone who believed in coexistence is now upright and skeptic about the possibility of peace between Israelis and Palestinians.
Israel prepares for an invasion of Gaza. Fears a second front line could open in Israel says each day struck Hezbollah targets in response to a We're here just a few hundred metres from Israel's border with Lebanon. Lebanon's right over there, and just a few days ago, Hezbollah fired an anti-tank missile. You can see the damage where it struck.
Still got that little bit of a cough. So that infection's hanging around a little bit. I'm hoping I don't have to go get some more antibiotics. Sometimes when it comes to CF, we get better. We have antibiotics, we get better. It's been a bit tough. When you get a bit better, and then slowly this like, it gets worse beyond the scenes kind of thing. And the toughest creeps up again. So just that just be and then creeps up worse. He doesn't. See it. A lot of times it also goes to creep up like these now. Then he goes away. That's it. So I'm just waiting at the moment. Another week or two, sometimes give it a few weeks. If that cough doesn't clear, then we'll put a stronger dosage of antibiotics. Two packets. That was a packet and a bit. It stopped for a day or two. Sometimes that can cause a problem too.
It's a pretty frightening experience, I've got to admit.
Can I say, a lot of times it's a mind thing. It all adds up, everything adds up.
Authorities in Ukraine say a Russian missile has
When you're fighting like a little war against your boats and your body, it's a mind thing. Also, you help when. How sick are you, I think? How often would it happen to you?
Home in New South Wales, an extreme fire danger rating is in place for the Greater Sydney region. Hunter, North Coast, Northwestern and Queensland slopes. The ban prohibits fires from being lit and suspends all fire permits. The Rural Fire Service says that
When you're sick, you just cough constantly all the time, which I can get. But most of the time when it's lingering like it is now, a live infection or something, it's a CF infection. It's a bit worse than the CF. It'll linger around. It's about the same things everywhere.
And it does point towards what we've been saying, a very long and challenging fire season.
Victorian seismologists say a
I was going to say then, guys.
which rocked West Victoria early this morning is the largest on record for the area. It hit at around 2 a.m. and was centred around the Otway Ranges, 200 kilometres southwest
It
of
tends to
Melbourne.
linger around.
3.6 magnitude aftershock hit Apollo Bay at about 6
Chest infections.
The England soccer legend Sir Bobby Charlton has died in the United Star was a respected ambassador for his beloved country and an integral part of the England team that won the World Cup in 1966. He was renowned for his powerful shooting and distinctive hairstyle. Won 3 league titles, the European Cup and an FA Cup during a 20-year career with Manchester United. The teenager has spoken of his terror of being the target of an emerging sextortion trend, deep fakes. Black Mail was threatening to release doctored images of him if he didn't comply with their demands.
I was just genuinely scared. I thought this could really ruin my life. So as fake as these pictures were, the threat was very much real.
Matei became the victim of sextortion after he added someone on Snapchat.
Yeah, I haven't had many fake like that in a while. I think it was the news then. I just tuned out for a second. Buzz putting something away and just had to tell them every like because I just talked a few times about the infection. And what was the infection again? Something about the infection. But if it gets worse after the second message, we have to go in the hospital and get put on an antibiotic drip.
Is central to Australia's foreign policy.
For the arm.
It's an alliance based upon our
Stronger
common values,
dosage.
our view of the world,
For about
our
10 days or
support of
something like that.
democratic nations, and of course,
Meant to do that every 3 months,
that we also
if
have
you can, or
issues
6
like
months.
climate change
When you have cystic
and
fibrosis,
how
you
economic
can afford to
growth
get
will
there or have
occur
the time off.
going forward.
It's highly recommended, you know, to
This
try to
will
keep your
build
body
as well
good, which I haven't been for
building an
years.
alliance for the
And they
future.
call it a tune-up.
AUKUS Pact
Every
is
time I have one, I do
absolutely
feel good for
critical,
ages.
and I'll be having
It's
important
probably why I'm a
meetings
bit
with
down
members
too.
of Congress and Senate
You get
about
weak,
the legislation
you
that's
have up and
required
down,
to
weak
ensure
feeling,
that AUKUS can
and so you get a tune-up
continue
to hit with the
forge
antibiotics,
ahead, but
flush you
also
out.
so that Australia
Make
can
sure
benefit
that's what they say,
from
what they
the
call it,
Inflation
tune-up.
Reduction Act as well. As we move
I've
to
never
a
really
clean
asked too many
energy
questions.
global
I haven't been in there. I've only
Australia
had a
is
few
in a strong
tune-ups in
position
my life.
to
That's how
benefit
often I go.
because of the critical minerals that we have. And
Probably
we'll have
about
discussions based
5,
upon that after the signing
6 maybe
earlier
since I've
this
had
year
time.
of our
Tune-ups.
climate, critical minerals and clean energy transformation pact.
I pretty
that
much
will
had
be
them when I needed them.
important as well as discussing with Australian business who
And
will
I've
travel
asked a
with
few
us,
times, but every time
how we
I seem to
benefit
ask
from
because they can say
on
when you're down
technology
at that
and
hospital where I get to
innovation going
Alfred Hospital, when you're down,
At a
you're not
time
feeling
of
good, you can
global
admit yourself.
uncertainty,
But
working with
I've never been able to really do that. I think I might have done it once.
and this will be an
But other
important
times
visit.
I've asked why I've gone in there for a checkup and I fell down.
President
Oh, there wasn't enough
with
beds,
Vice
so I just
President
couldn't get in.
Harris, with Secretary Blinken, and others as well.
But that happens, eh?
While I am in the United States.
It's like I always got the problem with fibrosis, Victoria. And I needed some things years ago and they didn't have the funding to fully help me out. That's okay, at least I got a bit of help. That's what it goes like in life, isn't it? It all gets shared out. Some people get lucky. We always hear, oh, we just done this funding and that funding, and now we're trying to build up the money, and you know, we hear a lot of things, don't we?
Which is larger than our next 3 partners, South Korea, Japan and the United States combined. So this is an important relationship. We have agreed
Because that place,
on the
they
issue
offered,
of wine for the
they had holiday places and stuff like that for people with CF to go to chill out, have time out, and place to go.
the next month.
And I've never been to one.
To the way that Bali
Because it was always booked out or something like that. Checked up
we
on it
will
a long time.
suspend our action before the WTO, but we're very confident that this will result in once again.
So I know a lot of things that I've got to use, but
being able to go
never got to use.
China,
Oh, bad time.
free of the tariffs which have been imposed by China.
What do you reckon?
This is
Bevis? Bad time?
a decision that will be worth more than $1 billion
Or just funding
in
problems, eh?
Australia's exports.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a very significant decision because unlike some of the other
It's good that
products,
we can talk to
the
animals
wine
every now and then.
industry
They
have
like to
indicated
talk back.
They were having difficulty finding
And
other
if
markets.
they're not,
to
it's
fill,
good
the
that they
gap
give you
was
responses.
created,
At least they
by
respond
the
back.
breakdown
Talking
in
with
the,
you, at least
trade
respond.
with China.
That's cute.
So this is
You're not
critical.
maybe someone.
I
You do
will
it all.
travel to China from the 4th to the
And I believe they listen because every now and then I ask them
I will
and talk to them.
Beijing,
And
meeting
they
with
do
the
it,
Prime
don't you, babies?
And I've also accepted
Yeah.
Prime Minister
It's like I get
Lee's
used to your clicks and what your sounds mean.
the international
They're doing the same thing
that
to
will
us.
take place in Shanghai.
Definitely if they like
that
you.
weekend beginning the 4th of
When you don't like
November.
something, it's hard to
This
study
will
it because
be
you
an
just want to stay
important
away
visit.
from it.
It will mark 50 years.
And when you like
almost,
something as well,
to the day,
you know
when
it might
Bob
give
Dylan
you an
made his
advantage or help you
important
out.
to
Then
China,
you might study it.
the first visit by an Australian Prime Minister
Hey, Bevis,
to
because you watch Daddy sometimes, don't you?
it is
I call-
important that we stabilise
These guys,
our
my daddy's
relationship
adopted babies.
with China. That is in the interest of
I'm hoping one day they get a long
and
life
China.
that I'll be able
And
to
it
free
is
them.
indeed
It's
in
a
the
step
interest
that I've
of
talked
the
about,
world, that we have
and I don't
stable
mind to do that with any of my own.
and that is what this,
Offer them freedom.
this visit will
It's like with a
represent.
dog, how you can have a big land,
Australia
and a
gets
dog
to
can go out and
export
run around on
our
these
wine,
lands and do what they want, which they do.
China gets to receive.
And if they love you, they come back, which they do.
Happy to
Right?
take some questions.
So a pet,
Hang on one
you shouldn't have a pet unless it loves you, really, should you? Otherwise, you're just being like a master, aren't you? A bully. You can have pets, but you don't have to dominate them. And you can help them out and adopt them in another way, bringing them into our society. And it can upgrade them too, definitely if you, the way I'm thinking, is I want to teach them things and then release them, and then they have their own babies, and then maybe if you did that enough, and a lot of people did that enough, it might help upgrade their evolution.
This is important. President Biden's agenda is one that we support, and we will be urging
Like we believe that aliens might have helped us, that's like us helping them, the lower ones, isn't it?
AUKUS. I've been very heartened when I've met
That's how I see
with members of Congress, and
it.
as I did at the NATO
That's
summit,
what I'm hoping.
as I have on a range of occasions, including here.
Of course, if I don't believe they're safe and
range of
it doesn't get released right,
Congress
and it'll never happen.
At the lodge,
But I believe it will. Hey, babies.
There is great deal of support across the
Make an aviary that goes outside. The next step is inside, outside aviary. And be able to come around and see nature a bit, yeah. Feel the air and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Visit the United States to
And then from there to an open fly out.
When you do speak with President Biden,
When I release them, they can also come back. Choose to come back, they can. Hey, babes, best I can do. And then hopefully put little trackers in there. So keep an eye on you, see what's going on. Study all at the same time.
That we remain focused on
Yeah.
the Indo-Pacific region. This is the fastest growing region.
See where you are, just in case.
We do have strategic competition.
Then I can find them as well, and
I hosted
I can bury them,
just
make
this
sure they're
week the Prime Minister of Fiji.
Hey, babes.
And we will
You don't get to eat it.
be urging the United
Hopefully
States
that's
to
not the thing.
continue what they have done,
Yeah.
which is to step up in the region.
Yeah.
President Biden has hosted the Pacific leaders in the White House now on a couple of occasions. That's been very important. And indeed, with the cooperation that we have,
Now we're at
through
kindergarten,
meetings
people,
that
because these are
President
young
Biden
birds as
and
well.
I have
So
had,
they're a little bit
have
like
been in Indonesia,
they
in
play
Japan, in India,
vigorously
here in the
sometimes.
region
Sometimes
as
it's
well.
normal. They're like
Of course,
children.
in November as well,
And then after a vigorous
the
play or a
Pacific
big play,
Island Forum
they'll
meeting to be
wind
held in
down,
the
just
Cook
like they're
Islands
doing now.
will be very
And they
important.
like to have naps.
So we certainly support the President's agenda, which has spoken about the role that the United States
And I notice older birds,
in the world.
they'll just tend to just sit around,
It is
not do much, and then
It's critical that we
and I'll just sleep off and on, you know, like an older
provide
person,
support
or not sleep all
to
day,
the
just sit
people of
around and watch.
Ukraine, and my
A little bit like what
message
Stormy
will
does mostly, so he
that,
doesn't
we
sleep as much as
support
the other
and
three.
have the
The
same
other three are
resolve
younger, I
as
believe, when
President
it comes to
Biden has
birds.
indicated to
We got
support the people of Ukraine in their struggle against Russia's illegal and immoral invasion. This is critical, and that is why, as well, the discussion about this region will be important, because this region, as well, is very concerned about climate change. It's something that was front and centre of the discussions that I had with the Fijian Prime Minister, which matches the discussions I've had with other leaders from this region. And so the lead up to the Pacific Island Forum, the work we're doing together on the transition of clean energy, making sure we provide support in this region is critical.
In return for movement on the line, we actually agreed to
Ooh. Bug there? The bug's gone. Did you come and get it? Or did he run off? See. Well, there you go. obviously it's caught on the video, eh? But I don't see the bug here. And I can't see it. It's ran off really far. It's gone down this side speaker there. And Black Betty, I can see her bum. And she's looking forward, which is the thing she wouldn't usually do. I see Black Betty bum. Oh, you can't see it properly. It's her backhand. Can't turn the light on this phone. Yeah, it's better. So I think she's doing something with the bug. Anyway, I might not have time to have a look at it today, but I guess I'll find out one day when I go to look at it what happened. And whoever watched this, they already know what happened. He doesn't know what happened. What happened? Well, if I had to make a guess, the way she's looking now and acting, she got it. I think she's got something. Yeah. What's she doing? Did you get it? You can't see. She's like, what are you looking at? Alright, I'm going to leave it there, everyone. I know where a redback is. I found a redback yesterday. Because we all know where redbacks like to hang around. Underneath lips and underneath things. More moist areas and stuff, right? And one of these pots, you know, the big round oval pot that has a little stand underneath it, like that. Big round one with a little stand. And it wobbles, it's annoying. It used to sit at the front. It's around the side there, underneath the cage there, upside down. And I went to lift it up, and there's a nice, probably half the size of Black Betty. She's pretty big, but you know, with its legs out, it's pretty big. But a redback. I went, oops, sorry, put it back. Leave you there for a little while. At least I know you're there now. But you got to be careful of the redbacks. Definitely kids, because they can make kids very sick or even die from it in some rare occasions. But it can happen. But they can get some problems and get very sick when it comes to redbacks. Kids that I know of. Because I reckon a lot of people make out spiders and venom worse than they actually are. As long as you know, all you can do is when you get bitten, is you try to identify it, and then you go to the hospital, and then they can give you some anti-venom to help fight it. But when it comes to things like that, and you know mind power, I believe you just try to think positive with all that, and you'll succeed better than to ever panic and freak out. It doesn't help anybody when it comes to poisons and things like that. Hey, Black Betty. Because I believe too that they can sense us. They see how we freak out. They watch us like we watch them in their own little way. And they know when you're different. A lot of animals, you notice the animals know when you're upset and different. A lot of other creatures will learn in certain ways. Like Black Betty here. Like, she's more nicer. When I first met that Betty, Suzo used to come up near her. She'd just take off straight away. But now, and then I watched her for a bit, she used to come out, and then when I first give her food too, she wouldn't come out and take it for ages. But then the second time, she come out and nabbed it really quick, right? And so she's thinking, she's learning to react and connect. You don't have to take advantage of that, and people do. Take advantage of things being nice and trying to connect. Because we're not really their predator. They can't eat us. We don't need to eat them. I say connecting doesn't hurt, does it? Getting a nail, but he's like, don't come back down here now. I'm just blabbing anyway, so I'm gonna put this up as blab clip today and get ready to go outside and go do a little bit. Because when you're crook, you always do something. It actually makes you heal quicker, I believe. So I don't sit around and do advice like I hear a lot of people I used to get when I was younger. Oh, just go sit over there, you're a crook. And in some cases, when you haven't had a break for a while and that, I get the point. But I reckon most cases is that you try to get up and keep doing your thing, basic thing at least, or at least a quarter or half of what you can do. Just start getting back into it. And with studies that I've seen, that can be a true factor. So. And in my own opinion too, I believe it is too. But that could be the placebo, who knows? But we all study that kind of stuff, innit? That's the power of the mind. But I want to move this stuff out of the way soon. Get that other crate out. And yeah, mix in that dirt and fill up out of the crate and get it ready. Because these things are ready to be planted any day now, so start doing it. I wanted to get a few pumpkins up, which I have. Yeah, look how much bigger they are today. They're like doubled size. Which is good. They're taking off really good. They love that soil, and they haven't had any plant, nothing. They didn't give it any boost to them, they just got the soil. So they're taking off nicely. But these guys, I gave them a little bit of, what's this stuff, that natural. I gave them some of this. Usually I use sea salt, it's called. I got some of this, so I got a scoop of that for the veggies and some of the plants at the front. Help get them going, reboost. And I'm about to do another mixture soon, the next day or two. I'll give these other plants a boost. Anyway, see you later and have a good one. Bye bye.